Replit in 2026 is very different from Replit in 2025. In August 2025, when I reviewed the product, I was actually not very impressed by Replit's UI and its also overall user experience. But in 2026, I think they have done a complete overhaul of their UI and also they have improved the functional experience. So in this video, I'm going to review Replit once again and let's see what's new. Now my screen is positioned on the left hand side, so I'll be constantly looking over there. But what you see on the screen is the landing page of Replit. Now this is replit.com where I have already logged in into my account. I have zoomed in to 125%, so this will look a little bigger than what you see on your laptop screen. All right, so this is a landing page and it is very interesting to see the shift in the UI design. It's a complete overhaul because if you see my previous video, the product looked completely different. So I'm here for it and it's looking quite fresh. So on the main screen, they have two options. One is to either go for an app or simply for design. Now, this is a very nice change actually, because here you can choose whether you want to simply design and sketch it out or you want to create an app altogether, which means you have an app idea in your head. Now, on this prompt window, if you look at below here, they have an option to either start building or you can go for plan mode. Now, plan mode has hit all the AI app builders, and it's very interesting to see that many players are choosing to put that in the paid plan, while some of them are choosing to put that in the free plan as well, but with some limitations. Now, the difference between plan mode and build mode is in plan mode, you can actually just sketch out your idea. You can type your idea and then the AI will plan together with you the implementation plan. For example, whether you need an email feature, whether you need some filters on your UI. So those kind of things you can plan it out. Now that's where you have option to select build or plan. As usual, you have some options to upload the files, which is pretty standard. There is not much change here. They had all this feature even in their previous version as well. Now this icon here, which they call it fast enabled, seems to be new. So if I click on it, I can see autonomous build mode, and they have agent mode. So you either have a fast or an autonomous agent. Now full agent capabilities, and then you have fast with lightweight changes. So my understanding is that with fast, you can build some lightweight apps. You probably cannot build any complex features. This might be okay for someone who is just trying out Replit. So I'll keep on fast here. Now let's see what else has changed. At the bottom here, I can see web app versus mobile apps. So there is a clear selection. I can do either a web app or I can do a mobile app. So that's interesting. And you have other features with the core. Now, since I'm not testing for the core, which is their paid plan, I will skip some of these features and I'll only focus on what is part of the free plan. All right, so you have an option to do web app, mobile app, and they have something called as start from scratch. I don't know if I can manage to check all the features in this one video, otherwise it will be too long. I'm going to simply select web app for now and test it out. Let's see what happens next. As usual, at the bottom, they have given some examples of what you could build, and they're promoting new thing, which is build and publish mobile apps to the App Store. So this is one feature that became very popular on platform like Twitter or X, and they are talking about how you can build and publish an app directly to the App Store. For this demo, I'm not looking at mobile app, I'm looking at web app. So I'm going to dismiss that and let's get to building. All right, so as usual, you have to enter the prompt. I have got one prompt ready here. Now, this prompt is very simple. It is basically an inventory management tool where you can add new inventory, modify or delete an inventory. You can upload images if you like, and you can also have some feedback button, and then there is some database storage as well. So these are some basic features that I want in my app. I'm going to copy this prompt and I'm going to paste it over here. Cool. And let's click on start. Now, this is a completely different UI from what I have seen before from Replit. They have simplified a lot of the features that they had earlier. It was a very bloated app, if you remember Replit, and it felt like it was designed for software engineers only. But now I'm looking at an app which looks quite modern, quite minimal, and it also does not overload you or overstimulate you with all the features they have. Now, as you can see, there is a chat panel on the left hand side and the preview will be on the right hand side, which is typical. That has not changed much. At the bottom, you have a way to enter the prompt, so that's also pretty standard. It's not changed much either. I do want to make a comment that this app has started to look similar to Lovable, V0, Base 44, and any AI app builder UI. They have simplified this experience for a person who is not an engineer, and that's a good move that they're going after. So it's interesting. I can see all these icons here, which are a lot of icons, and if you expand it, you can understand what it is doing really. It's been 5 minutes since I entered the prompt, and it's still working on it. So it does take a lot of time, and I think it's quite typical of all these AI app builders to take anywhere between 2 minutes to 8 minutes. And I have also experienced products which have gone beyond 8 minutes, which is ridiculous, but it is possible that some of the apps are very complex to build. Now it's been 6 minutes, and after 6 minutes I get my output, but this is the output that I got. There is some error and I'm not sure why this is happening. So it says that checkpoint made just now worked for 6 minutes, and it seems like it is done with its work, but I'm still not able to see it. So I'm going to refresh and see if that works. Okay, it did not work. So I'll write a follow-up prompt to fix this error, and let's see what it does. All right, so something has changed here. I clicked outside the error block and it was able to take me to the preview page. So it looks like it was a temporary thing and it was an overlay on top of my preview. Now, this is very interesting that I had to read some subtext at the very bottom that said, if you click outside, it will be fixed. But I don't know why it was even there in the first place. So that's interesting. Now, I have to stop this agent here from working because I can see the preview here. Now, the preview itself is not very satisfactory. This is not the kind of output I have seen with other products. It looks little bit off, but I'm going to open it in new window and see if that makes any change. So here it's a much better output. I can see that this is an inventory management tool, and it says at the top that this is a temporary development preview and these are not for public use. All right, so I have an option here to add an image and I can add a product from here. So let me go ahead and give it a try and see how this product works. So let's say I want to add Apple iPhones. So when I was about to create a product, I was able to add the product, but I was not able to add the images to that. So functionally, it is not working as expected. If I click on edit again and click on upload images, nothing really happens. So this is obviously an error. If I click on inventory list, this is what I'm seeing. If I click on dashboard, also pretty okay. This is where I feel Replit differs vastly from other products. Their first output quality has always troubled me. Even when I tested it last time, I was not very satisfied with their output quality. And after a complete overhaul of their UI, I still see the same output quality. So I think there's something in Replit that they have to get it fixed, because I have tested this prompt in other apps and I want to quickly show you a few of those products where I have used the exact same prompt and the outputs that I got. Now here's the first example. I built this inventory manager in a product called Anything. So they are also an AI app builder, and this was pretty much one shot output. Now, it's not just the UI that looks pretty, it actually functions. So if you click on it, I've already uploaded some images here and it works. Now, here's a second example. This is inventory manager in Get Mocha or mocha.com. Now, when I built it, this was also pretty much one shot. You could argue that this is only pretty UI, but functionally it works as well. So I am actually very surprised that Replit gave me an output that looks a little half-baked. Now, I completely understand that Replit's value proposition may not be for non-developers, but they're definitely getting into the competition of the same space. So I would also expect the output to be of the same quality or at least at par with what I see in other apps. But as a product manager who's building prototypes, I don't think I'll be satisfied with this kind of output that I see. If Replit's paid plan offers a better output quality, then I would request the Replit's team to actually give me a glimpse of what is there in the paid plan so that I can make a decision faster. By the way, I talk about new products all the time on my social media like LinkedIn and Twitter or X, so make sure you follow me there. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.